Welcome back to our new series where we talk about all things relating to TLC's Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. In this series, you're going to hear about the show, our lives. We're going to talk about the latest viral trends on social media and everything in between. So, before we dive into episode 3, what's been going on in everybody's life?
Too much. I don't even know where to start. So, the day before yesterday, we can start off with our amazing hospital trip. Our oldest daughter, Alana, she had a accident in our kitchen with my brand new ninja knives that my husband bought me. See, my son has an obsession with sharpening our new ninja knives because how do you explain the
It's
thing?
it's got a add-on on the side of the block where you put the knife in it, and then you pull up and down, and it'll sharpen the knife, so it keeps them
Yeah,
flat.
well, he oils them and sharpens them like crazy. And Alana was opening a bag of mozzarella sticks and she cut right on
Crease.
the crease of her hand. And even though it wasn't very long, it was deep enough to say it was talking. Okay. So she had to get stitches. And when we got to the first emergency room, there was how many people do you think were in that waiting room?
50? 60?
Literally.
Literally.
Literally. It felt like we were in New York. Like, there was so many people in this, emergency room, so we had to end up taking her about 40 minutes away to another emergency room, and we got right in. It was only 2 stitches, but she did have to get them because of where it was at in her hand. It wouldn't ended up healing quickly without getting stitches. So, there's
There's
that.
that.
And
That was
then
enough.
even more with Alana, we had prom. So that was amazing because it's her senior prom, right? But also a disaster because Alana was so picky with what kind of dress she had to have. So, oh, that was a mess. I mean, she even got into it with the lady at Dillard's because she wasn't sure. Okay, Alana is tiny, right? Tiny, tiny, tiny. So it's hard to find a dress that isn't too big for her. And we find a dress that she thinks she loves, but she's not 110% sure. So she wanted the lady to hold it while we went downstairs in the mall to look in a different store. And the lady would not like hold it and put it back. Like she just wouldn't. And we've never had an issue like ever. We always end up getting her dresses at Dillard's. And this time the lady wouldn't hold it. So of course the people that know Alana know that she's very short fused.
Difficult. Oh,
Yeah. So
difficult.
she goes off and I end up buying the dress and just telling Alana it's okay. We'll return it if you end up finding something else. But that pretty much just ruined the experience. And she ended up going with the dress that we picked at Dillard's, which was beautiful. And she rocked it and it was amazing. Um,
But
and
they
she had
didn't
a,
have shoes at the mall, so that was another trip to find shoes and
yeah, I
another
forgot
trip to
about that.
She
find
looked
jewelry.
everywhere for shoes.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
I
Big
would say
experience.
that, what, about 5, 6 different places, 3 different towns looking for shoes. That
Yep.
was a disaster.
That was a
So,
disaster.
even though it was her senior prom, and even though she was beautiful and all that, I'm thankful that it's over. It's done. She had an amazing night, and like I said, she rocked it. So other than that, with Alana, she just graduated. She graduated high school, and I'm very, very proud because my oldest son, he graduated last year. She graduated this year. I didn't graduate, so I'm very, very, very happy and proud of my children for graduating high school. And she's getting ready to do classes to be an esthetician.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
there's
Going
that
to a
with
beauty
Alana.
school.
Yep.
I'm
So
happy for the graduation that it wasn't 100 degrees outside sitting in those bleachers for 2.5 hours because it is the slowest graduation ceremony ever at
It's
her
like two
particular
and
high
a half
school.
hours.
yeah.
Horribly long graduation, but it was nice and cool. It had a little breeze. It
It
was
was
even
pretty funny.
cool at times.
It was pretty funny. A lady out in the field at the ceremony, one of her papers ended up blowing away.
Yeah, one of the band.
And yeah, so she's running across the field and she's chasing this paper and she ends up falling. I mean, literally just falling, like wiping out on the field in front of everybody. But when she got the paper and stood up, everybody in the bleachers were clapping for her and stuff like that. So that was pretty
And it's a
comical.
huge graduating class. It's 200, at least 200 to 250 kids graduating. So you can imagine the whole football stadium was
Yeah.
full.
Yeah, with
Was
that.
full. Big graduation. Big
So
class.
that's the news with Alana. Um, the restaurant. So, as some of you may know, we have been in the process of starting a restaurant, my lifelong dream. We found a place. Everything was going good until it started to not go good. So, we decided that we are not going to get into the contract with the man that owns the building and we are going to do a food truck first before we actually open up an actual restaurant. And then we are going to buy our own building after we do about a year or two of a food truck. So that's what we're doing right now. We're looking into getting a food truck, which before summer's over, we will definitely have one. Um, the reason that we're not doing the restaurant is because the man that owns the building is a little too much.
A
You
little
want to
pushy.
explain?
Little push. So everything was good. He went away for winter in Florida. You know, he's a snowbird. So we had keys to the building. We started renovations. He comes back. He's ready to sign the contract. We're ready to sign the contract. He starts making us feel a little uncomfortable, but I think he's trying to be nice. Hey, I want to pay and redo all the floors instead of, you guys just doing the floor in the kitchen area. I want to do the floors in the whole building. And then it's, I want to do the floors and I want to have some input on what modifications are being done in the building. Then it's, oh, by the way, I want to renovate the bathrooms too. So this totally blew our timeline out because we accommodated and we went down to the store and it's, hey, you guys can pick whatever flooring works for your decorum. And then we get there and we start picking out options for the floor and he's, you know, not willing to go with anything but what he wants to decide, what he's paying for. And it's to the point where I'm like, I don't even want you to do the floors. And I appreciate the offer, but you're trying to steer the decor outside of what, her vision is for the restaurant. So we're uncomfortable at that point. He still hasn't gotten a contract. We've got money into renovations. We're starting the painting process. We're ripping this building apart inside and we still don't have a contract. And, so there's no possibility of, changing the LLC, business licenses, getting the utilities moving. We can't move. He's just dragging his feet, just becoming a very uncomfortable process. And he's starting to get funny about money. And when that starts to happen, it kind of destroys the business relationship.
And the whole texting me saying that he wanted to like purchase things and keep it between me and him kind of the whole thing is just uncomfortable.
It's a
So
little uncomfortable.
even
So
though we wanted to do it, that's come to a change of plans. But we will have our food truck before summer's over, and within a year or two, we'll have our own building and our own restaurant.
I'm excited. I mean, we're talking about a restaurant, brick and mortar, stuck in the same little town versus a food truck. You're your own boss, no landlord to worry about. You can move that thing around, town to town, event to event, unlimited potential for customers and options and beautiful locations. So I'm really excited. The food's not really my part of it. That's all Stormy. But the business standpoint, there's a lot more opportunities there for a food truck. So
I think me and Joshua, we are the ones that have always worked in like food and restaurants and stuff like that. So we'll definitely be the ones that are cooking. As far as what we're going to be serving, it's going to be like, lunch, sandwiches, fresh cut fries, mozzarella sticks, um, things like that.
I feel like most of it would be like it'll have your touch to it. It won't be like the basic stuff. It'll be have
Well,
your touch.
yeah.
Yeah.
it'll be better than fair food, no doubt. It'll be fair food when it needs to be fair food, but it will be home cooking. exactly what the restaurant would have been, these home cooked meals and lunches and things that the way Stormy does it. So it'll be quite
So the way
amazing.
that Stormy does it, like, just an example, like a regular hamburger that's cooked on the grill, you think it's just like a hamburger patty. Me, it's sour cream, cheese, onions, what else do I put in it? Shredded cheese, sour cream, onions, like ranch packets. I go above and beyond. Like, it's not your average, like, regular burger. We call them smash burgers or like stuffed burgers or, it's always something crazy. It's never, it's even though it's lunch food, it's like Joshua said, it's got my own twist on it.
It's exciting, not
Yeah.
plain stuff.
Yeah. So that's about it on the restaurant, right?
That's it for the restaurant. I mean, you've got enough going on with the TikTok stuff to keep 10 people busy. So,
Well, first, the store. So with our store that we have, most of you know, we do customization. So I make clothes, I make cups. We do Stanley cups. This is a Starbucks cup. I do tumblers like with your picture on them or a theme. I make a lot of like memorabilia stuff for like lost loved ones, rosaries, crystals,
yeah,
you name it, I make
weddings,
it.
graduations, all kinds of good
Yes.
stuff.
Oh, Amelia wants to show.
She wants to share hers.
We started felting.
And I
Amelia,
made this one,
what
and
is it?
it's a doll.
Yeah.
It's a custom voodoo doll, actually.
And my mom made Chucky.
Back it up.
There you go.
Those things do take a while to make.
So we have been making voodoo dolls and different little felt figures, animals, all kinds of different stuff. We're learning how to felt. Alana is in the process of making a Tiffany to go with Chucky, and I'm in the process of making Beetlejuice and Lydia. Beetlejuice and Lydia.
Lydia.
And Lydia. And if anybody who's seen TikTok lately, this felting stuff is really a trending thing. And these guys are seeing it and they're coming up with the next big thing that we have to invest millions of dollars in to save get all this equipment and all these tools and all these things that you need to do it. It
Again,
sounds
as
like
you
a
guys can see,
like a
Amelia's
factory
very
with sewing
talented
machines
for
going
8
in our
years
house
old.
right now.
Show it again. And Eric was very, very, very against her felting because he was absolutely terrified about her hurting herself. But she pulled it off and she does good at it like everything else that she does. So, um that's what we have going on with our store. We are busy. I am only one person. The girls do help out when they can. Um but yeah, that's what we have going on with our storefront. I'm trying to think. What else do we have going on?
Oh, just life
Oh,
as normal, man.
Joshua has a new riding lawnmower.
And Eric, he enjoys it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's mowed the lawn about 3 times this week.
It's starting to
Yeah.
look like turf.
Gone, yeah. It's a manicured golf course at this point, and gone are the days of us struggling behind a push mower with a half acre of land. So we are, got a golf course going on. Soon he'll be cutting patterns into that thing, and we'll get a putting green out there.
Oh, the biggest news. The biggest news that we have, our granddaughter, Emerald, she's 2. Hopefully one day you guys will get to see her, but they are our oldest daughter and our granddaughter Emerald. They have officially moved back to Ohio, so they're here with us.
He has an
And we
apartment,
get
finally.
yes. We get to go to Cedar Point, so we're taking her to a theme park. We took her to the Walleye Festival last week, which was pretty awesome. It's like a fair, so it was the first time that she had ever got to ride rides and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. My old ass, the big slides. How do I explain that? How tall was that slide?
It
It's
was
about
very tall.
50 foot.
It's about 50 foot. You ride down on a burlap sack. You know, got the
Explain how scared you were with me and Emerald going up that.
so Emerald is a small child. She's 2, but Stormy is not a stable person going up and down stairs. So you have to climb up these long stairs, and she gets to an uncomfortable point where they're far above my head, and I'm down on the side of the ladder. And she has to let Emerald crawl on all fours up the remaining stairs, while Stormy has on both rails because she's terrified. So it was funny. It was funny just to see them get up to the top of the slide. And Stormy doesn't do stuff like that. She's not a ride person. She's not a go and ride a ride or take the kid on the ride kind of thing. So just to see her going up there, and it was funny. It was comical.
Yeah, that's the last time that I'll ever be on a ride or a slide like that.
So you
I
can
did it for
imagine.
I went down it 3 times. It's
Yeah.
not even scary. It's
Emily is
fun.
not scared. But Cedar Point now, that's another thing. We go and we have these season passes for Cedar Point. Stormy don't ride nothing. She'll ride nothing.
Have you guys not seen Final Destination?
Yeah, I mean, come on now. We enjoy Cedar Point. We go 13 to 15 times a year, and you ride nothing.
Hey, the enjoyment for me is watching you guys enjoy yourselves.
Good times, right?
So, I would say, I think that's pretty much it that we have
The
going on.
what about the kitty?
No?
He's right here.
Oh,
He's right here messing with me.
oh,
We have a new
yes.
kitty.
Holy crap.
I'll grab him.
We have a new kitty. His name is Munch. It
He's
took
coming
us
right now.
about 4 days to come up with a name for Munch. The reason that we got Munch is because Fancy, our Persian cat, she got out, and a lot of people on our platform know the whole story. So if you didn't catch it, we've had Fancy now for 6 years. She is our family pet. She's not fixed because our male cat Church, that is about 8 years old now, he's fixed, and we never thought we would have to worry about anything because he's fixed. Well, she got in heat and she escaped. She ran away. And she was out being a little fast ass and got pregnant when she was in heat. So we had to set up traps, and we caught, you wouldn't believe how many raccoons, possums, all kinds of crazy shit. We finally end up catching her. We get her back home. She's pregnant. She's back home for like 2 weeks. On Easter, the upstairs bathroom's open, and she jumps out the window. Okay, and escapes again. I think she
From the
went to go
second
find her
story.
baby. I think she went to go find her baby daddy. But we had to get her back and do the same thing and catching all these damn animals. And we finally catch Fancy, and we take her to the vet, and everything seems fine. Well, she goes into labor about 5 o'clock in the morning. Alana comes in, wakes me up. And Alana, the girls treat these cats like they're their actual children. So it was
They are.
I know, baby, they're your kids. But it was very, very, very emotional. And here's Alana laying on the floor with Fancy, and I'm laying in Alana's bed watching this at 5 o'clock in the morning. She ends up having a kitten. The kitten wasn't fully developed. Heartbreaking. Alana is just crushed and confused, and I don't know what the hell's happening. The vet's not open yet. So we get a hold of the vet. She still hadn't had any more kittens. The vet said it could take hours in between. Wait and see how it goes. Nothing came. So the vet tells us to bring her in. We bring her in, and he says we can either go into a C-section or do the shot of was it Pitocin?
Yeah, Pitocin to induce.
Yeah, that didn't work. Of course, we did the shot instead of going right into surgery. So they end up having to do an emergency C-section, and there was 2 more kittens, and they didn't live, unfortunately. Fancy is she's I didn't tell you guys this. She is a Persian cat, but she also has Down syndrome, and she's like 80% blind. But she's very motherly. She's such a kind cat, and like Alana wholeheartedly believes that she had postpartum depression so bad that she was crying at night. She was just beside herself. So Alana's telling me that it's a real thing, and I didn't believe her. So she starts telling me about these support kittens that humane societies have. So I contact this humane society and they tell me that the program is very real and that is a thing that cats mom cats can have postpartum, and they do have support kittens because so many cases where the mom cat will leave or die and kittens that are brand new need a support mom, and vice versa. The mom needs a sport kitten. But unfortunately, they didn't have any kittens available for Fancy. So a friend of mine had a couple kittens that didn't have a mom. And this is where Munch comes in. Show him again.
He keeps messing with my feet. Come here, Munch. He's biting my toe. You got the blue eyes.
So there is Munch. That is Fancy's kitten. She is head over heels in love. We do believe that she really thinks that he's her kitten, and I think
She
it
took right
definitely
to
cured
him.
her.
She took right to him, nursing him, cleaning him, complete transplant of kitten. There was no weirdness there whatsoever. She knew exactly what to do. Exactly what to do with him. He was like 8 weeks old, so he doesn't quite need his mom, but she is determined to be his mom.
Yeah.
She's a
So
good
I
mom
think
to
that
him.
I think that's about all we have going on in our lives. What about you guys? Do you guys have anything you want to add? Oh, Amelia, what do you have going on right now for this summer? You have something going on.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm like going out of third grade into fourth grade, and I have this paper to go with it. And
What are you doing though right now?
going swimming. Going
No.
swimming.
Not just
What are you
today.
doing for school?
Oh, I'm going to
Reading
food.
camp? Reading camp.
Reading
Talk,
camp.
talk about that.
So reading camp's actually really fun. It's only for like 2.5 hours, and we get 20 minutes of recess. So that's kind of fun.
That's the highlight, right? 20 minutes of recess.
Yes.
And you read, right? You do some reading and some math too, right? While you're
Yeah,
there.
so like every day there's like this paper, and there's two papers to go with it. But first we read the paper. Like the last time when I went to it, we learned about hippos and how their sweat is red and it looks like blood, and their teeth are about like 20 inches,
Wow.
and they can run up to 30 minutes per hour.
30
30
miles per hour.
miles.
Their teeth are 20 inches long
Yes.
That's some big teeth.
and they
And
sweat like blood.
yeah.
Holy
Right.
And
shit.
how the male is the leader, and he will just charge at you, and the mom will charge at you if she feels like you're getting between her babies and her.
Well, I'm glad you're paying attention at reading camp. It looks like it's working because you're definitely retaining some of that stuff that you're reading.
What mom does that sound like?
What, you?
All right. So I think that's it, unless you have anything other than your lawnmower, Bubba.
Not really, just working and chilling out with the family.
He's getting
Pretty
a new
much
weed
it.
whacker soon. He's getting ready to be really excited about that. He's interested in weed whacking too. He wants a brand new one. So
I know our weed
gonna
whacker
go-
paid out on us.
we're gonna get rid of the gas powered weed whacker. We're going straight with the cordless lithium ion battery rechargeable weed whacker. State of the art. Getting it next week.
Well, we think the fuel line is broke on the inside and it keeps getting air into the line.
We're tired of messing with this weed whacker. We worked on it too many times. We're done. We're done with it. So battery powered it is. We're joining the future. Finally.
That's about
But
it
that's
for
it for me. I don't
Yeah.
have anything else. Let's do this show.
All right. Let's get into it. All All right. Today we are going to discuss season 1, episode 3 of TLC's Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. She oohed after her sales. In this episode, they go couponing so they can save money for the upcoming pageant. Alana works with a new pageant coach, and the family has a weigh-in. And then Anna has her baby shower. So, let's get into all of these things.
For my couponing, I got a good stockpile going, especially toilet paper. Every time I go into the store, people think that I have a bowel movement problem, but the reason why I have so much toilet paper is because it's free. Hello? No, I don't need 500 packs, but hey, when it's free.
Why do you have it?
Because you gotta wipe your two teddy.
As far as the couponing to save money, I think that is a splendid idea. I thought it was absolutely awesome, and I would love to do it. But Eric, what did you think about the couponing?
Complete waste of time. I not interested in couponing. Don't see the value add whatsoever. If I was interested in buying a bunch of products that I will never use or may not be the brand that I use, then sure, go waste a bunch of money on couponing.
But Mama June saved how much money in that episode?
I think she saved
106?
100. Yeah, like over $100. But what did she really get? Because to say you went grocery shopping, but you end up with a bunch of useless products that are clouding up your house, that's not really groceries.
What did she get, Josh? Do you remember
She got
some of the
chocolate
items?
milk.
Um,
She got
14 cases.
14, and then she got
Candy.
Candy.
what were those yellow
and
jars?
clear
They got 2 of
boxes.
them for 89 cents.
Some kind of
She got
condiment.
the chocolate, like the candy, and they were 3 packs.
I thought coupons were only
That lasted
for
only
grandmas. I didn't, but it's obviously
You know what I
a
didn't see?
pretty smart
I
thing.
didn't see any fruits, vegetables, meat. None of that stuff is used with a coupon. That's what you buy every single week. He's stocked up on the toilet paper and the soaps, but what you really need every single week, I don't see her couponing that stuff because I've never seen a coupon. And the reason we don't coupon? Because there's no value add to it, right?
I
Couponing is
think
a
so. But
full-time
what does
job.
June say? What does June say? If an apocalypse came or something bad happened, she
You
would
never
have
know.
$500 toilet paper for sale, baby, because everybody else didn't stock up on the shit.
Well, so yeah, let's talk about her stockpile. Like seriously, the stockpile of products, and this is my observation, and you guys by all means add to it. What I see in the stockpile of products in all those shelves that are around their dining room and in their living room, I don't see one food item other than cereal. The rest of it seems to be soaps and washes and paper products and all those things, but I don't see food. Now maybe they have food,
Maybe
dry
maybe
food.
maybe the food that they're eating as meat wise is the roadkill.
But as far as a
Anyways.
couponing stockpile of food, I don't see it. And I wouldn't want to be in a house that is littered with all these extra products that you're just going to have around forever. Seems like a waste.
Well, I thought it was a good idea. And I guess, what do you call that? Some people are into certain things and some
Doomsday
people aren't.
prepper. Doomsday
Yeah,
preppers.
I think it's a good
Yeah.
idea. I like how she saved that much money. And you know what? The girls had a blast shopping with her.
Yeah. But really, are you learning any life lessons? This is the question to all you. Are there any life lessons about the time and effort she puts in and what her return on her investment is? Because she spent $27 and she got a bunch of stuff. But did they
I don't know.
really need it?
Amelia, what did you learn about Mama June couponing?
That it saves a lot of money. She saved like 160, and that was pretty cool. So
You know
I
what
was
also
couponing.
also saves a lot of money? Here's a life lesson. Don't blow money on stuff you don't need. And that'll save a lot of money too. Like 35,000 rolls of toilet paper. Because eventually you'll need them. But that money will work a lot more for you in your pocket or in the bank than sitting on your shelf.
Did you learn anything from the couponing, Joshua?
Not really. I mean, they're just buying stuff that's like that they don't even need to eat every day. They're just stocking up on stuff if something happened.
Okay. Well, let's get into the new pageant coach.
We did start with a new coach.
All right, put your feet together. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
And Amanda, she's well known on the national and international circuit.
Good job.
First of all, what did you think about that haircut, Amelia?
I don't really like the haircut.
You didn't
Remember-
like her hair?
You know when she had like that? Never mind. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Her haircut, it's really short. The new pageant coach.
Oh,
Yeah, you didn't like it? No. But did you like the new pageant coach though?
yeah, sure. No shoes. All right.
A little
You
sweaty.
would let her teach you? You'd let her teach you in a pageant with those lame dance moves? Really?
And that sweaty
Her
neck.
back was super sweaty.
Oh my God, both of my children, both are talking about her sweaty neck. Okay, she did have an awfully wet neck and a really bad haircut. But other than that, I thought her space was nice that they were practicing in. What'd you think, Eric?
It looked to be a converted horse barn, and that's probably the reason she was sweating so bad, because there was no air conditioning. And if she's a nationally renowned dance competition coach, the space she uses and the way she kind of acts doesn't really support that. That's what I'm gonna say.
You didn't think she was grooving well?
I get it. Like, she's teaching kids, so the dance moves are, not super modern or kind of simple, but she was teaching her a little bit of the southern simple dance moves. So she was real proud of that hair. It looked like she put a lot of money into all that dye and cut and all this, wearing her uniform and all this stuff that she was doing. But a lot of that was just for show. I don't think she had all that recognition that they said that she did. So
Okay, so other than the bad haircut, the super, super wet neck, and the horse barn and the horrible dance moves, she was a nice lady, okay?
it was amazing. Other than all those things, yeah, you're 100% right.
She was a nice lady. But there's something that really, really stands out to me, and it's the whole family weigh-in.
If you gained any weight, you gain all we lose. That's all you do is eat.
168.
Ooh, 4 pounds gain.
My weight's not really going anywhere. It's going to pumpkin. It's not leaving the house.
Fucking, you gained 4 pounds. The pounds that Jessica's losing, you're gaining.
I think that's appalling. I think it's horrible. That gives me, what do you call that? PTSD. It really does, because that's something that my mom does. That my mom did to me and my siblings growing up, and I've seen her do it to her grandchildren, not my kids, because I made it very known that if I ever found out that she weighed my children, she would never see them again. But Joshua, what did you think about Mama June weighing her daughters?
It was a little. I knew, like, she knew that people are gonna be saying that. Like, why would you want people to see how much your kids weigh? And then herself, like, women usually don't tell people how much they weigh. It'd be different if Suge Bear was weighing himself and they were laughing at him, But it's not right. I don't feel like you should just. If you're gonna go to the doctors, weigh yourself, or you want to weigh yourself, keep it to yourself.
That's my takeaway. That's what I get from the family. That's not the traditional way women would act or that people would want their kids portrayed. But I just don't think they care. That's the point. They are to the point that they don't care about that type of embarrassment. And they're not embarrassed by it. Not at all. They're redneck, not embarrassed. So
I think, like my son said, one, women kind of don't ever really talk about how much they weigh. I think that's horrible to do to your kids, self-confidence. Like I said, just personally in my family and my life, my mom, I've seen my mom do that to her other grandkids, which is my nieces, and it actually gave my oldest niece a eating disorder. So I think it's horrible. I don't think it's a good thing.
And I'm not a June fan by all means. And what I'll say to the point that you just made, normal people build self-esteem a different way. But I think her method of building self-esteem is to teach them that it don't matter. And she does that. And I'm not a fan. And I don't think she's very good at anything that she does. But they don't seem to have that level of embarrassment or social concern about their weight, appearance for sure, or anything like that,
Yeah, I don't
which
think
is
they. I don't,
strange. It's a strange thing because everything about the pageants and Alana is about appearance and perception, right? Like she's putting on a show. But the older girls, all that's gone to the wind. They just throw all that away, and I think that's how her methods are a little different than what everybody's used to.
I think they're just trying to show that they don't care, and then like in the beginning when they first start off, they fart. You know,
Exactly.
like
She's just out there.
What would I say if your sisters were sitting here in front of us and just farted, Joshua?
go to the bathroom and do that, or you get angry. You know,
That's disgusting.
what the
Yeah,
hell?
I
Amelia.
just, yeah.
Yeah, Amelia, what does she say if you do that?
That's disgusting. Do that shit out in the kitchen or in the bathroom.
Exactly.
There you go.
That's
Away
what you
from me,
hear.
right? Or away from
You
other
hear.
people.
You know what? I want to. That scene kind of led into the putting the pig on the table. Okay, putting the pig on the dinner table is one thing, and then the pig. Oh yeah, the pig ooze all over herself in the on the table. It just disgusting. And then what I see after that is the little girl picks it up, tries to put it in her mom's face, and then throws away. I don't see no cleaner. I didn't see him douse the table with bleach and wipe it all down.
No, why would
None
they
of
put
that.
dog poop in the trash instead of putting it outside so your house would smell like
The
poop?
pig,
wasn't
yeah,
dog
yeah.
poop.
What?
It was
I
pig
mean,
poop.
that's as disgusting as the crust on Mama June's neck.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
She needs to wash
didn't
her
go
neck.
there. And
I
then to have her
mean,
kid call it out and say, "Hey, look at the crust on my mom's neck."
Mama, look what I found. Rust stain remover. Mama, it removes your neck crust. Look, read it. And you got a lot of that back there. That crust on my mama's neck. I don't know what it is. I guess you just don't scrub her neck when she's taking a bath. It will remove that rust right away.
You stupid. I used to wear jewelry and makeup and all that. And here, I ain't really like letting myself go, but I just look good when I want to look good.
Looks like
and
frosted
that's not
flakes.
all. I mean, she actually came up with like, what the hell was that? Some kind of like rust cleaner?
Yeah, calcium buildup, like rust cleaner you clean your drains with and your stained sinks and toilets. But that's what I'm saying. Like the mentality that she's taught these kids is just like there's no filter, none.
Horrible. I mean, to show it, to show the crust on your neck. Like, it's one thing that your kids are joking, fucking off, whatever, talking shit, laughing, haha. But like, you as a woman showed that nasty buildup, residue, brown shit. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna start this one. The next scene, they actually go back to they go to the Piggly Wiggly and they actually get these groceries. They load this cart up with everything, and Mama June is super excited because the couponing is her thing, and then she even makes a comment that couponing is an addiction and better than sex.
Coupon is a serious obsession. Anybody who coupons will tell you that it is an addiction. 11, 12, 13. It's even better than sex.
I don't know. Like, it just shows. I don't know. What would you think if I said something like that? Like,
I would
wouldn't that
say
offend you if you were
it would
Sugar Bear?
it would offend me, but not only like she's admitting that the couponing is an addiction. It's not a necessity or something that she's really doing to save money. It's she found a way to save money on her addiction at that point, which is couponing. It's not that, oh my God, I'm saving so much money on groceries because it really did. To me, they really didn't buy that many groceries. And then the time that she spent, I mean, I don't know if you picked this out either. The time that she spent through the checkout line playing with all these coupons is an hour to an hour and a half. That's who wants to stay at the grocery store for an hour to an hour and a half dealing with some weird ass cashier?
I think
That's
like
crazy.
every year an average human spends like 84 hours in the line or something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So now you want to sit there and divvy out all these coupons and argue with the machine that it's not taking all these monies off and all that. I wouldn't, I would rather just spend the money than give out all my time. To me, the time is worth priceless, as far as I'm concerned.
So how much time do you think that we spend in the grocery store every Friday?
So when we go to the grocery store, I bet you the whole trip takes an hour, and that includes checkout. Maybe an hour and a half, but that's the shopping, the checkout, the loading it in the car, and on the trip home.
So
is
how
what you're
many
dealing with.
hours per year do you think we grocery shop?
Well, I mean, realistically, if you use an hour to an hour and a half, we shop every single week. That's 50 to 60 hours a year shopping. So that's it's some time. But we also have a large family as well, and we're not spending time not only cutting those coupons, collecting the papers to cut those coupons, printing the emails off with the manufacturer coupons, handing them to the cashier, and then going through the whole argument process. Like that's just too much. So
Well, yeah, it's a little too much. But moving on to you talked about the pig taking a crap on the table. Why don't we talk about the baby shower? Was it just me, or did you think that the grandma was completely appalled by them trying to put that pig on her table?
she ran right over and grabbed that pig. Didn't even hardly let it touch the table.
So that's like where like that scene really stuck out to me. The grandma's face and the way her reaction was. That's June's mother. So you can tell that that's not okay and that June wasn't raised that way, obviously.
From the minute they pulled up to Grandma's house, and Grandma's house was immaculate and nice and upscale, and Grandma was very professional. I don't know where she adopted June or she kept her out in the barn out back, but I don't know where she got the things that are going on with her and all this. Yeah.
I think it was cute, the baby shower, and I think it was nice for the grandma to have it and all the crafts that they were doing together. I love doing crafts with my girls, obviously. Um, we're getting ready to start scrapbooking, me and my girls. So I think that's important to do with your kids. So I think that that's cool that June is always doing something. Like the competition, even though it's weighing them and stuff like that, it's like she's always doing something with them. So crafting with the kids for the baby shower. And I thought it was cute that the pig was helping Honey Boo Boo with the baby shower
here-
decorations.
Here's my question. Why would you bring a pig to that baby shower knowing that this thing just screeches and squeals and this is an event that's supposed to be family fun for ladies
You're
to have a good
asking
time?
you're asking that except for Amelia and Delilah just asked if we could take Larry to the damn pool today.
A hound dog that howls at the moon. Why
Yeah,
would we ever take? Yeah, and that would never happen because
because
that makes no sense. But Amelia would take the pig everywhere if she had one. She used to have one.
and that's why June let Honey Boo Boo do it, because without you, I would let Amelia take Larry to the pool.
No, nope.
Why?
It's not happening. Why? What do you? Because he, just like this pig, disrupted everything with its squealing and its squallering and running all over
You
and
didn't
all that.
mention I'll pick it up with the potty bags.
Yeah, no. Larry and the noise would be enough. I'm not. There's no way. Not
Me and
happening.
Lyle would watch him, and we could teach him how to swim. Doggy
So-
paddle.
No.
Do you think it was cute that Honey Boo Boo took Glitzy to the baby shower? I do too. Just because he squeals and he's loud doesn't mean that Alana doesn't love her pig.
So here's my question. This is for you, Stormy, because your situation. Do you think that the reason that Mama June has that relationship with these girls and all that is because she started out as a young mom? She makes sure she goes into her story about having the oldest one when she was 15 and how it's her responsibility to get a job and raise that kid, even though she seemed like she had a good mom, you know, to take responsibility, like she was saying about her daughter. She has to take responsibility for this kid because she did the do and she's got to be responsible. Do you relate to that at all?
110%. Um, I think June I think June in her own way is a good mother.
Hmm.
I think she loves her kids. I think she's always doing just because I don't think a lot of the things that she does is right, doesn't mean that they're not right in her head. It doesn't mean that she doesn't love her kids and that she's not spending time with her. She's always having fun with them. She's always doing stuff with them. It seems like they love June. I mean, right now where we're at.
Like when the
Agree.
when the pregnant daughter, she said, "I don't want to be a perfect mom. I want to be an all right mom like my mom." That's what she said.
Yeah. I mean, she acknowledges that her mom isn't the perfect mom, but they have a good time. They seem like they love each other. Their house is
I I
a
always
disaster.
say with Joshua and Alana, I've grown up with them. I was a young mom, so I relate to June on that whole thing. I was a kid having kids. I was a teenager with 2 babies in diapers. So with my oldest 2, I think yeah, I definitely relate to her. Like I feel like a lot of the things, even though like I said, some of the things that she does is not appropriate or we think it's gross and stuff like that. I think the bigger picture is that they're doing this shit together as a family. They're having fun. They're happy. They are comfortable with their situation.
Yeah, I get it. I don't know. You're right. June does have her own way of doing things, and it seems like it's working, and that they're all. I mean, later on, obviously, we know things weren't working, but that happens. But they're just so gross. Like, I think about just some of the gross things they say and do. It's just so like. So the next scene I want to talk about is the family cooling down in the front yard. Like they don't have a pool. The slip and slide done fell apart. So it never pops into their head. Look, let's go buy a pool or let's go buy a slip and slide. Like that never is an option. It's what are we going to do to cool down? Oh, we have a tarp. Let's create a mud puddle slip and slide.
The redneck water slide is where you just get like a tarp out there and you just put some baby oil and some soap on there. And
Use the whole bottle.
no, the whole bottle.
That's the whole bottle. Go on.
Just hit the water on it. Make a little mud puddle at the end and have fun with it.
Like, yeah, I spoil the shit out of my kids and I'm always buying stuff. And yes, we would go buy a pool or we would go buy hell, the one year I bought like a $300 slip and slide, if you remember that. Um, yeah, like I go above and beyond. But there was a time and a day and age where I didn't have money and I was a young and broke mom. And yeah, that's so a Josh and Alana thing. Like I would have done that. I would have found where there's a will, there's a way. And that's another thing, even though, like I said, a lot of the things that June does, I don't think is appropriate or I think it's gross or whatever. But at the end of the day, she's doing the best that she can with what she has.
Well, okay, I'll give you that. But do you guys think that looked fun? Like throwing a tarp down, putting soap and baby oil on it, and making a little mud puddle park in the
You don't
front
think it
yard?
looked fun, Joshua?
It looked fun.
I think it
No.
looked fun.
No, it don't
Mm, I-
cost much to get a cheap water slip inside. So
Well, maybe they don't want to buy that and they just want to save money.
So
well,
I'm so glad that today we have planned to go to the pool because I think I'm going to go buy a tarp instead. And I'm going to make you a slip and slide in the front yard instead of going to the pool.
No
How do
thanks.
you like that?
No thanks.
What? What do you mean? You just said it
No
looked really
thanks.
fun what they did.
Yeah,
Everything
but the
looks so
pool's fun.
great.
The
Wouldn't that
pool's
be
fun.
something unique if we didn't go to the pool because, we just don't want to go to the pool. Or we don't want to go to Cedar Point with the whole water park and we don't want to go to Kalahari or Great Wolf Lodge that's right down the street. We don't want to do those things. I'm going to get a tarp. A little one at that. Not even a big long one to be fun. I'm going to get a little square
yeah,
tarp and I'm
yeah.
going to grease it up and you guys are going to roll around like pigs in the front yard. How about that? That's unique.
Amelia says, no, that was okay for Alana and Mama June, not okay for Amelia
Oh,
Rose.
oh,
Okay.
okay. So you got some
That
other
ain't
kind of
okay.
standard. I got you.
Yeah. I want to talk about Amelia. Do you know who Elvis Presley is?
I know a Presley.
Do you know who Elvis Do you know
No.
who Elvis is? You don't know
No.
who Elvis is? See, I was wondering that when we saw that scene, Eric. I was wondering, does our little girl know who Elvis is?
Do you know that your great grandmother has a whole room dedicated to Elvis at her house? All of that memorabilia, that life size cutout, he stands right in the living room. The whole room is Elvis. And you still don't know who
Ev-
that is?
Every year we buy her something with Elvis on it.
My jukebox at the shop has
Oh,
Elvis
Elvis?
CDs in it.
Oh, that room. Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Says like pictures. I never went in there before.
so
It creeps
why do
me
you
out.
like Elvis? Do you like Elvis because you think you could dance like him? Is that what it is?
I know. No. I just see it on her walls and in that room, and I'm too afraid to go in there because it's creepy.
It scared the living shit out of me the first time I saw that life-size cutout of Elvis. I thought it was a man standing in a living room.
Yeah, it gets me every time. Every time I walk in her
Well,
house. Oh,
personally, I don't think you dance like Elvis, Emilio. I think I think I like his music, but I think the dancer in the family is Joshua, to be honest. Just
Oh,
get put out there.
hands down.
He's got the rhythm.
Yeah, you can cut a rug, Bubba. You can cut a rug.
me
You are
cutting the
not
rug.
afraid to twerk. Ugh,
I can boogie down.
yes, for sure.
I can rock
He's a
steady.
dancer.
Rock steady.
So, you know, the whole dance thing, I just want to touch on that because personally, after watching the first 2 episodes and now watching this 3rd episode and I see Alana, like, suddenly working with a professional dance coach and suddenly she seemed like she's kinda harsh. Like, she's like, "No, you're supposed to do it this way. No, it's gotta be this way. You gotta da 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 da." I get it. She's a more serious coach, but that little girl don't know what she's doing at this point. She don't know left from right, turn, this. She's pretty original with her own stuff, but when she's being taught something, it doesn't seem like she's really picking it up. Like, I feel like it's a lot of pressure that they're putting on her right at the last minute. Like, don't you I mean, 3 weeks to learn a routine for a little girl that has a really short attention span, don't you
Yeah.
think it's a little crazy?
She looked really unfocused when learning the new dance.
Yeah, I mean, she's just getting used to the cameras being on her, and now they're filming her, like, doing
She's
this
a
stuff.
little uptight, but I guess you kind of want to get what you pay for, right?
Mhm. Yeah, I guess, but it's a little rough to me. So, what do you guys think overall? Overall reaction of the episode, what you like, what you didn't like,
It was alright. It was all. It was all. It was all.
what'd you like about it? What was your favorite part?
Um, when she and the pig was on the bed.
That was your favorite part when her and her stinky ass pig is on the bed? 'Cause
Not stinky.
that was horrible. She even said the pig stunk. That's horrible, unsanitary.
She loves
Very.
that stinky pig, and that's all that matters, right, Amelia Rose?
Yes.
What about you 2?
My favorite part for my family interacting and watching it was everyone's reaction at the exact same time about the dance coach's wet neck. That was pretty funny. If only like we had cameras showing our reaction when all of us saw how wet her neck was. But the most that stood out to me in the episode would probably be the couponing, and that's only because I'm so interested in the couponing. I would say this episode, compared to the couple that we've seen so far, I feel like this one was a little more dry. I feel like more could have happened. And I feel like the episodes are pretty short, so I don't know, 1 out of 10, I'd give it a 5.
It wasn't a very interesting one. I didn't like that one as much. The only like good part is when they were all in the house and like June was like spitter water everywhere all over everybody when they're
A baby shower.
yeah, when they're doing the baby shower and they're doing the bottle race. That was the only good part. But other than that, I didn't like that one too much.
Ah,
I don't know why,
I
but just not very. It wasn't very interesting.
I agree. Wasn't very
I would
interesting.
give it a 4 out of 5. A 4 out of 10.
I would give it a 2, and here's the only reason. I think all of it was crap. But
Do you think everything's crap?
I know. But I thought the mom was rude. And I don't know if any of you picked up on it, because I picked up on it, but I haven't said anything to this point. I think the mother was rude because when they're all in the living room and Sugar Bear is over on the couch, she said something about give him over there something. Like she isn't interested in even saying his name, Mike or Sugar Bear. Like just give him, and she like motioned to him over there. Like she has a problem with him, and I'm not sure if there's really a problem. But him and June aren't married. They begin another 8 years. Maybe she feels like he's the issue with all of this going on with June.
Maybe.
But I picked up on that. There's a little, I don't know if there's a little something there. I'm going to be looking in other episodes to see if there's any interaction. But I don't
Yeah, me
feel
too.
like, I felt like she was a little rude, and I don't feel like maybe she's interested in Sugar Bear. Oh.
Yeah,
and,
I'm
like
gonna have to pay attention to that because I didn't.
when I was watching the very beginning intro when they're all laughing and farting, he's just standing there like the
And it's kind of a serious dude at times, like he seems like he's not
You
all
know, I
into the things that
guess
they got going on.
that kind of goes back to what I was saying. Like, I feel like her mom don't think a lot of shit's appropriate. So I don't think June was raised up the way that she's raising her children. But hey, maybe her mom had her living in an uptight, dry, vagina Karen ass life, and June wants to hang loose a little bit, you know?
Yeah, maybe so. We'll see.
Don't
That's what I'm
nobody want a
interested-
dry ass Karen for a mom, right, Amelia?
I'm not watching the show for the entertainment value of Honey Boo Boo or any of the kids. I'm watching because I can't stand. I'm looking for reinforcement of my opinion, so that's what I'm watching it for. But we'll see. We'll see what we see.
All right, y'all. Be sure to come back next time when we discuss season 1, episode 4 of TLC's Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. I'm satisfied.
Hey, hopefully it's not as dry as to number 3.
We'll see.
We will see.
Are you excited, Amelia?
Well, we have, of course.
She just wants to see Glitzy some more.
She wants her pig back.
yeah, she does miss her pig.
As always, don't forget to like and subscribe down below and put in some questions if you want to,
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.